You
Now,
gotta be
wait a minute,
careful.
though. What about those pictures that showed up?
What?
Didn't you have some pictures of you playing naked basketball? Or
I know it wasn't that. We was on the beach or something. I don't know. It was young in my career. You know how we do.
Did you kill the pictures somehow? Did you buy them
They
up?
killed. We bought. I think we had to pay for them. They found them in my house in Vegas.
right?
And you know, Vegas years. Shit, I was about to start a whole circle.
Jamie Foxx has now entered the conversation surrounding the trial, primarily due to the infamous naked basketball games he hosted with Diddy and the numerous parties he attended for him. "I would show up to the party in my little town car," Jamie recalled. "I grabbed a town car so I could skirt past Puff's SUVs and Bentleys. When I got out, I had my camera ready, saying, 'Yo, Puff, I should document this.' He responded, 'Yo, what's up, Playboy?' 'What you talking about?'
Oddly peaceful. I say this all the time. I saw the tunnel. I didn't see the light. I see the light. I was in that tunnel, though. It was hot in that tunnel. Shit, am I going to the wrong place in this motherfucker? Because I looked at the end of the tunnel and I thought I saw the devil, like, come on. Was that Puffy? But if it was Puffy, he had like a flaming bottle of Johnson and... No, I'm just kidding. Come on in here, nigga. No, I'm just kidding.
I said, 'No, I should get this man. You find the whole 9. He said, yeah, let him through.' As you all know, there are rumours that Diddy was behind Jamie's recent health scare. Despite Jamie's attempts to dispel those rumours, many people remain sceptical, thinking, 'Nah, we don't believe you. You two are birds of a feather, just trying to throw us off.' After all, we're talking about someone who claimed Ed Sheeran used to sleep in his studio. Ed has even mentioned some of the wild parties Jamie hosted while living in his house. Parties reminiscent of the freaky ones Diddy is currently on trial for.
I would show up to the party in my little town car. This town, I grabbed me a town car so I could skirt. Puff the SUVs and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out. I get out too with a camera. The big Canon, like, yo, Puff, I should document this. Yo, what's up, Playboy? what you talking about? I said, no, I should get this, man. You, Fonz, the whole night. He says, yeah, let him through.
Jamie also claimed that Nick Cannon slept on his couch when he was just 13 years old, saying, "Nick would be in one part of the house, and I'd be like, 'Get back in there, you can't come in here.'" Now, Jamie's connections to Diddy are raising eyebrows, especially as he tries to distance himself from the unfolding drama. Recently, during his stand-up comedy special, Jamie briefly addressed the rumours surrounding Diddy and his hospitalization, saying, "The internet said Puffy was trying to unalive me." He added, "Hell no, I left those parties early." Jamie even told the audience that he would leave by 9 p.m. because things didn't look right as the night progressed.
Watch you benefited from it. Nick Cannon used to sleep on my couch. Wow. 13 years old. He'd be in one part of the house. He'd be like, "Can I, nigga, go back in there? You can't, the fuck back in there. You can't come in there." And he'd be like this, right? He slept on the couch. Ed Sheeran was the latest. Ed Sheeran slept. Wow. Ed Sheeran, my new house. Ed Sheeran slept on my studio floor for 6 weeks.
In a more serious tone, Jamie addressed the rumours in a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, stating that Diddy did not try to harm him. However, it's clear he's been making an effort to distance himself from Diddy, even as evidence of their interactions continues to surface. Jamie recounted a time when Diddy threw a lavish party, saying, "Yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million to throw."
We come from a very homosexual era of hip-hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now, so.
Jamie jokingly replied, "You are out of your mind. I'll throw you a party for $400 that will rival this one. Despite Jamie's efforts to separate himself from Diddy, many believe it may be too late. Their interactions have been well documented over the years, and allegations have surfaced claiming that Diddy was the mastermind behind those notorious naked basketball games Jamie hosted.
He threw a party, and he said, yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million
to throw.
I'm like, you are out of your mind. And I said, Puff, I'll throw you a party for $400. That will rival this party. So he came to LA in my modest little home. Yo, Playboy, I'm in town, make it happen. I said, cool. So I went into my little phones, called about 200 of the coolest people. They all came to my house. Puff showed up with, SUVs and FBI. It was just, it's crazy. We're all friends. We all hang out. He said, oh man, this is great. And I said, yeah, but Puff, look over there on the dinner table. I got Kentucky Fried Chicken. I put it in a nice plate. I said, I got Coca-Cola. I put it in a pitcher. We're at $208 and we are killing it right now.
For those unfamiliar, there were once pictures, videos, and posts of Jamie playing naked basketball. But mysteriously, all those receipts have vanished from the internet. However, many swear they existed, including a post where Jamie apologized to his neighbors for the noise, saying, I just want to say that I'm sorry and I'm sending gift baskets to you for all the wrong I've done.
When I heard about the Jamie Foxx situation, I was literally like 7 years old. And a lot of you guys don't understand that I practically lived at radio stations with my mom. Like I was there 24/7. I was always at the radio station. So I got to hear adults talking about things because I was a fly on the wall at that point. So 7-year-old Crystal heard about these celebrity butt naked basketball games. And I couldn't remember who he even was. I just remember thinking at that time, I was like, why do those men want to play basketball naked together? Like, that's so silly. Like, they're funny. And it didn't dawn on me until I was like an adult that I was like, oh.
If you're wondering why Jamie isn't a frequent guest on The Breakfast Club, it's because DJ Envy once asked him about those naked basketball games. Wendy Williams also discussed the topic when she mentioned that Tommy Davidson accused Jamie in his memoir of stealing his underwear. According to Wendy, if the allegations were true, it was because Jamie appreciated a high, hard behind, like the ones he saw while playing naked basketball.
I'm wrapping up my headphones and I'm going downstairs. My new boyfriend at the time, the bad Kevin, he was picking me up. But no, this is when he was the good Kevin, right? So I'm walking in the elevator with my intern at the time, Skeletor, but look, I'm like, why is everybody looking down at the sidewalk? I mean, noses were pressed to the glass. And I get downstairs and find this girl group jump out of a gypsy cab to come after me, to kick my and I'm like, for what? You know what I said was true. You all are broke and you were living in the projects. And that was that. But the point I'm making is, Amanda, you shouldn't have I didn't get back on the radio and talk about it. What I did was desire to do better so I can have a purple chair and talk about it right now and then have the whole scene play out in a Lifetime movie.
Jamie Foxx has worked hard to erase these receipts from the internet, but anyone from back in the day will tell you they existed. What's even crazier is that as Diddy's receipts started coming out, various claims emerged that he was the mastermind behind those naked basketball games hosted by Jamie. A TikToker even shared first-hand information about the games, claiming that after discussing them, she received a phone call instructing her to take down her videos. She hinted at one participant being someone married to someone who enjoys lemonade, providing buzzing sounds as another clue.
My thing about when you date a mogul is that it's really difficult to avoid them because if you use your head, you never know when they're gonna pop up on the scene. Like he's mogul, like he can hire a plane right now, zoom it to South Africa, land on the roof of the hotel where she's staying, okay? Pay people off at the front desk, give me the key and let me up in her room. Like I'm already paranoid as a person. But to know that somebody could actually swoop down on me in the middle of nothing would scare the bejesus out of me.
When I first heard about the Jamie Foxx situation, I was just 7 years old, practically living at radio stations with my mom. I overheard adults discussing these celebrity naked basketball games and thought, why do those men want to play basketball naked together? It seemed silly at the time, but as an adult, I realized it was similar to what Wendy Williams had been trying to tell us for years.
The mother of a now 16-year-old.
Who I met backstage.
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
You represent a lot.
Wendy has been exposing Diddy for a long time. In her 2004 book, The Wendy Williams Experience, she expressed contempt for Puff, claiming he tried to ruin her career. In 2005, she recounted an incident on her radio show where she was almost jumped by the girl group Total, who were signed to Diddy's Bad Boy Records. During a 2019 episode of her talk show, she recalled an encounter where she was nearly attacked after speaking the truth about the group. Wendy also suggested that Diddy was behind her firing from the radio station during a 2013 interview with Vlad TV, where she discussed how her firing revolved around speculation about a certain hip-hop musician. Additionally, Wendy invited former Bad Boy rapper Mark Curry on her show to discuss his book, Dancing with the Devil: How Puff Burned the Bad Boys of Hip-Hop. During the interview, Mark stated, "This is a man that has a shadow of things that follow him, and it will rain on you too." Wendy agreed with everything he said. Wendy also interviewed Karen Superhead Stefans, who was one of the first to expose Diddy. In her book, she described how Irv Gotti passed her off to Diddy, leading to a hookup that involved substance use and a desire for a man to be involved. Karen later recounted another encounter with Diddy at a party where she noticed a lot of questionable activities. Wendy has consistently exposed powerful figures, including Jamie Foxx, and those bizarre naked basketball games. If you know Wendy, you know she never speaks without receipts. She's faced backlash for her revelations, and there have been allegations that Diddy threatened her for exposing too much. Recently, Wendy reacted to Diddy's situation, telling the Daily Mail, "It is about time Diddy got investigated." She expressed horror at the allegations against him, stating, "What is really weird is that I've been told by so many people, Wendy you called it, including some family members." As the trial unfolds, it seems that all these issues Wendy has raised over the years are set to come to light. Even if Jamie Foxx tries to distance himself from Diddy, the question remains, what will be exposed? Is Jamie complicit in any wrongdoing? Did Diddy orchestrate his health scare? Why is Jamie working so hard to separate himself from Diddy? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below.